This past year was interesting for filmmakers. Whether you're shooting a lot, starting a YouTube channel, starting a new craft, or even binge watching a bunch of shows on Netflix, it's important to look back and reflect. Now, I remember at the start of this year, I told myself I'm going to become a full-time cinematographer, and obviously, the world had other plans for us. Since shooting wasn't my main hustle just yet, I was still taking on jobs doing grip and lighting, and while there's nothing wrong with that, I really wanted this year to be focused on jobs that would help me get closer to becoming a full-time DP. And I remember in January of this year, I worked on a short film on 16mm with a great crew, and that left me feeling super confident for what else this year had in store. A few weeks later, I had my annual snowboard trip with my friends, and I captured all those moments on Super 8. And when I got back, things changed. The film industry completely shut down, thousands of people lost their jobs, and I remember feeling hopeless and scared. I've never had this much time alone in thought, and it forced all of us to look at the bigger picture of things in our life. Where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I? Those are some questions I'm sure you came across. I would stay up every single night until 4 in the morning watching movies and TV shows and endlessly scrolling through our feeds, and that's when I came across this concept: alive time versus dead time. One is where you're sitting around, you're waiting for things to happen, you're passive and accepting. The other is when you're in control, you're learning and you're growing. This concept lit a fuel from under because I feel like life is constantly asking us this question. Is this going to be alive time or dead time? We don't control what happened, but we do control how we respond to it. In 1946, Malcolm Little got sentenced to 10 years in prison. He could have spent his time plotting what he'd do when he got out, but instead, he spent his time reading and rewriting every single word from the dictionary. That's how Malcolm Little got transformed into Malcolm X. From this time on, I knew how my time was going to be spent. If I wasn't out shooting, I would do whatever it takes to hone in on my craft, and I was fortunate enough that some of my favorite DPs and directors would go live on Instagram and YouTube, where I took extensive notes, where I was able to learn from some of the industry professionals. Around this time, restrictions started to loosen up, and I started to work on set again, doing grip and electric as my bread and butter, and I started to upload to YouTube more consistently. I moved into this home office, and things started to feel like there was a new chapter being started. I was shooting very little this year, and I knew I had to sharpen my skills and apply what I've learned over this period. I organized a few spec projects and shot some stuff with friends and documented the journey along the way. Looking back, forcing myself to be productive was by no means easy, but by taking that initial step, it gave me the momentum to keep going. I created this YouTube channel because I wanted an archive of my work and to show my journey on becoming a full-time cinematographer. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this, and we will see you in the new year.